Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for the welcome, but I'm sure you are very surprised to see me here today. The anchor for Boithok is not here. It's me who's going to take you through a portion of the Boithok today. As you know, this is the anniversary episode of Boithok. In the last 1 year, we have crossed 10 episodes of Boithok. We have had more than 300 of our teammates into our live audience, and we have huge number of unique viewers on our portal, not only from within GrameenPhone, but across the Telenor world. So the reason I'm saying it's a special episode is obviously this is the centenary episode of Boithok, but also this is the last episode where we would have our anchor and our CEO, Oddvar Hesjedal, as an anchor in Boithok. So let me welcome Oddvar on stage, please.
Do I take this seat?
Yeah. So Oddvar, our anchor for the whole journey of Boithok. What's your feeling now?
Oh, that's a difficult question. Maybe I should start with 1 year back, because I think on this very day we started Boithok the first time. It was actually Manirul that suggested to me that we were talking about how to communicate with people in a more effective way, how to get things more, maybe some more interesting than just writing a mail or sending a Word document. I could give a video recording once a month or something, and then he said, why don't we make it a talk show? But then thinking about it, we agreed that we should try. And the reason for that is that giving information is very difficult. And maybe by having several people doing it, by having it in a more informal manner, but at the same time making it interesting like a talk show, maybe that could be a way. I don't know if you have succeeded, that's more up to you to decide, but I feel at least that we have been able to tell things about the company, how we are progressing in that period. I also think that we have been able to bring in other people, like we had the Bangladeshi that climbed the Everest.
Yeah.
We had Siddiqui playing the golf and making now a fantastic, being a star, coming from nothing and being a world star. And this is how we would like to grow as well. So I hope that we have been able to bring the ideas and the visions of this company through this this Boithok. And my feeling is that in that is it's a good feeling. I feel very close to, even if I don't have the time to actually be that close to all in the 5,000 employees, I feel very close to the whole family, GP family. I feel close to Bangladesh as a country. I feel a bit sad when I'm going to leave GP and Bangladesh, but at the same time I know I have to go back to my family and continue my work in the Telenor Group.
Good to know that you have so much of fond memory from Bangladesh and from GrameenPhone, and you'd be carrying it with you. As we move on to the, this is also the new year, 2011, and the environment around us is changing rapidly. What would be your suggestion to all of us in GrameenPhone on how do we carry sort of your torch, your vision towards the new year and achieving more?
Well, I don't think it's my vision or my thoughts. It's more what we have accomplished together, because there's no man alone that can bring things forward. It's a team. It's all those 5,000 people, and we are basing what we're doing on our values. I think that's extremely important. That's why we have been pushing on the GP way all through these last 2 years. By following those further on, I think we will prosper. Of course, the environment we're working in at the moment is a bit difficult because the regulation is bringing a lot of challenges, and especially with the 2G renewal that we are now in the midst of. That doesn't only go for us, but it goes for the whole industry. It goes for the 4 operators. My wish for GrameenPhone also is partly shared by the rest. Of course, I want GrameenPhone to be the absolutely best, absolutely number one as we are at the moment for forever. But at the same time, I want also the whole industry to prosper, because good competition and fair competition, that's good for us as well. And my hope is that we, by engaging with the regulator, with the politicians, with media, and with our shareholders, we have, as you know, more than 90,000 Bangladeshis is owning this company. I hope that we can come into a good dialogue and see that this future of the industry will not be hurt as much as we can anticipate from the current proposals from the regulator. So I hope that in half a year's time that we have passed that, and then going forward to new heights, being able to, there was one guy in the audience from JPIT that we will see nice growth. We have got in 100 new employees in the IT sector over the last year, that we will see even more growth, that we will see that we on the voice side will be able to compete with our dear new competitor Airtel, and make them stay small. That we will be able to further grow in the rural areas. I think we have a lot to do, not only to bring our services, but also build the country, making it available to all Bangladeshis. And then, of course, I hope that we during this year can have a 3G license, so that we will not only give voice services, low-speed data services, but really high-speed services, where I see our contribution to what the government calls the digital Bangladesh, where we really can bring it to the educational system, to the health system, a fantastic technology, where I'm sure we will be able, by the good people we have in technology, to create the best technology solution with our distribution and sales organization, marketing organization, which is a fantastic competitive advantage as I see it. We will be able to provide this also, and that the rest of us in the different divisions will be able to support those 2 big ones that to such an extent that we are able to go forward. And then if we are managing to have a good relationship with the authorities, I see just bright futures for GrameenPhone going further. And I think GrameenPhone will reach, let's say, 60 million customers in 2016, maybe 2015. So then it will be one of the largest mobile operators in the world.
Thank you, Advar, for your so solid observation about GrameenPhone and how to move forward. Now let's talk about a little bit about the person, Advar.
Okay.
Because besides being CEO of GrameenPhone, you have been a very avid fan of Bangladesh, the people, the way we are, the life here, and you have traveled not only in Dhaka but across Bangladesh. So what's your take on Bangladesh and Bangladeshis?
That's a big question, because taking in the whole country is not that easy. But I must say I really enjoy being around in the country, in the countryside, but also in the midst of old Dhaka and Puran Dhaka, because the life in Bangladesh is so vibrant, it's so colorful. And I don't think you'll find the same in any other country in the world. As you said, I've been outside Dhaka, but I would say also that being in the midst of Dhaka, even if there's a lot of traffic congestion, people all over, I think that's really what you have to enjoy when you come to Dhaka. I bring all friends and guests I get to come here. I bring them to Old Dhaka. I take them on the boat across the river. I walk in the streets on the southern bank, on the markets, in the factories, in the small villages that are there. There's on the ship factory, and also walking in the streets of Old Dhaka. They are so amazed that what they can see, what's happening there, because all the life, all the vibrant life, comes so close to you. As one of the visitors said, it's not possible to grasp it. You just have to experience it. You can't with a picture, you can't actually show. This experience always brings people back saying that, oh, I should have stayed another week, I should have stayed 2 weeks more. And then bringing them also to the countryside, being it just an ordinary village. It's a huge experience for people coming from the outside, seeing the paddy fields, especially when they are, of course, at their height of their growth and so on. Going into the tea gardens in Sylhet, into the shrimp farms close to Khulna and other areas. It's so much to show. And I know that there are very few tourists in Bangladesh, but I'm sure given the right way of selling Bangladesh, I think it will be a lot more. You have to focus on what you are special at, and I think Bangladesh has its own specialities. You shouldn't, or we maybe shouldn't compete on beaches and things like that, because we will never beat Thailand, Malaysia in that sense. But I was taking part in a conference called Meet Bangladesh in London. We were trying to sell Bangladesh as the next opportunity for people to invest. There was also a session on tourism, and I tried to say just the same, that you have to focus on what's differentiating. And to me, Bangladesh, I try to use 3 words. It's people, it's water, and life. And it's just this vibrant life all over the country. People and water very tight together, because water is utilized all the time, but still at the same time being a danger. This is something unique. And if we can tell that to people and make them come to see that, so they're not going for some enormous buildings and things like that, but they're coming to see this vibrant life. I'm sure there will be a good future for tourism also in Bangladesh.
The last question, Advar. As a CEO, as Advar has done, as an individual, you have connected with many of the team members across GrameenPhone. You have walked around, you have met people in office, you have met people in various occasions, in various events. What sort of your goodbye remark to them? What do you want to tell them and as you move?
Well, first of all, I would say that you will always be in my heart. I will always remember my time in GrameenPhone with great pleasure. I've been received so well, having been helped and supported in all respects, and everywhere where I have come, I've got fantastic reception. Of course, that follows the position in a way. So. But I hope I have been able to communicate that, even if I don't know the individual, because it's difficult to know 5,000 people. I see this as a family, the GP family, and hopefully now I'm actually going back to my family. My small family, my own family, I've been, of the last 6 years, I've been 5 years out of Norway. So that's the main reason why I now have to go back. But I'm getting into a position in the Telenor Group, which will, where I have to engage with all the companies. So I know that when I get to the rest of the companies, it will be another company, but when I get back here, it will be to my family. So that is deep in my heart, and it will always stay there.
Thank you, Odvar.
Thank you
very much. As we have just heard from Odvar about his journey in GrameenPhone and across Bangladesh. When we started, we also talked about Boithok becoming 1 year old. We would now see a TV collage on the whole year of Boithok, the last 10 episodes.